here, Grimdark, Ohio. Another daily vlog till CincyCon for the deep between. Only a couple days out. Had some pretty good milestones. Crossed 500 followers on Instagram. Well past 250 now on YouTube. Those are kind of the two platforms I'm focusing on right now. So happy to see that growth. And yeah, the nerves are starting to settle in. Broadcasting this out on the internet and putting things on social media and all that. So it's not like people haven't seen it, weighed their opinions or whatever have you, but it's definitely different when it's in person. So it's excited, nervous, doubt, confidence, all these mix of things kind of creeping in. And so I kind of, wasn't particularly thinking about what I would discuss today for the vlog, but it did get me thinking about seeing some games for the first time and what got me excited about different games. And that brought me to the topic. I'll name the video something clever. At least I'll try to be clever about it, perfectly imbalanced or something like that. But that's kind of the idea. War Machine. Some people are probably familiar with it, but it was a skirmish game that kind of did things a little different way back in the day. I was not there from like day one or anything, but I think I first saw it at Gen Con in 05. It might have been Gen Con 06, but it was only like a couple years that the game had been out. I don't believe Mark II is out yet. I think it was still just Mark 1 and Mark 1 Prime. I don't even know if there was an expansion yet for the second book. I don't remember the name of it now, but anyway, and I was playing in a confrontation event at Gen Con, a tournament, I believe, and I kind of had a little bit of downtime between a round, and I was just kind of cruising around, adjacent tables, and somebody was explaining to me the game. They were all excited, and they were explaining how feats work, which for those that don't know War Machine, and its kind of sister game Hordes, all the different characters in the game, the warcasters or warlocks, they have a feat, which is like a one-time per game thing that they do, and it's really powerful. And he's explaining to me, if I remember right, he was playing the Butcher, and if I remember right, it's been so long, his feat was you gained an extra die for damage. I want to say it could be attack, but I'm almost certain it was damage for a turn for everybody within command range or whatever have you. And he was like, yeah, it's so broken. It's great. It works this and that. And this guy's running, I don't even remember what the other warcaster was. But he does this and, does this, and it's really broken. And it caught my interest because why were people so excited to play a broken game, or a game that they were saying had very broken or imbalanced things? So the next time I went to my favorite local gaming shop, which, funny enough, at this point has now been changed hands several times, and it's now about just a really big card shop and around the area. But I went and looked at the Prime rules, kind of flipped through it, and it was like just this great bravado, and like the rule book's open and crawl basically. I might find it and put it up on here, just for the heck of it. But I just remember it striking me as kind of odd. That was the way that they were approaching the game, which is essentially like if everything is broken, nothing is broken, which didn't work out so well. For those who've played War Machine Awards, you probably know what I'm talking about. But so as I was thinking about this memory, and you know, point being for my game, The Deep Between, how much balance do I want to weigh in? I'm going to try to have a good balanced game, but is that really what players want? And then it kind of made me think about another hobby thing of mine. I've in and out of Magic, for a very long time. Magic's just one of those things you kind of you never really truly stop playing. You kind of like maybe go on a hiatus for a few years, a few months, a decade, but you almost always come back. And all of my favorite formats were just had really broken things. I think about like what was the Innistrad Reanimator, burial rights maybe card that you could bring stuff back, and then it had the Unearth or whatever the ability was, where you could bring it back a second time, and you had like Restoration Angel, and you're bouncing Thragtusks and Magic jargon, but long and short, you were doing really broken things, and people had very mixed feelings about it. Blue White Control at some of its peak times. For other formats like Modern, Splinter Twin, when it was at like the zenith of its power. They were sometimes oppressive formats, and they were obnoxious. They were most definitely unbalanced. Affinity, but they were memorable. Oko is another one. Oh my gosh, Oko is so broken. But they're memorable. Those are the ones that I remember. I don't remember the well-balanced formats as much. I know that there was times, and I enjoyed playing the game just as much, but like, did I really though? Even though I would complain and be frustrated, can't wait for a ban, or looking for tech to counter, there was a certain enjoyment with that. And I've always heard people kind of parrot, like, if people were just really after balance, they just play chess and poker and games like that, where it's almost exclusively a combination of, in the case of chess, almost exclusively skill. In the case of poker, skill of, kind of gamemanship and bluffing, and some amount of math there, but also there's certainly luck there, but the better players tend to rise, right? Um, and yeah, so that was just kind of something that I was thinking about. There are some small faction, kind of like the rock, paper, scissors triangle of sorts, in the game that wasn't intentional. And obviously, like, we're still super early playtesting. Just I can count on one hand the number of times the game has been in front of somebody, not myself or my two boys that humor me with playing it. Um, but yeah, balance is a funny thing. How much do we want it? Another kind of like one of those players enjoy balance things. I wish I could find the video. I might look for it and try to put the link in here somewhere. But it'd be like finding a needle in a haystack. Maybe not. I don't really know a lot about BattleTech. Never really got into BattleTech. I know it's popular, and from my understanding and from this explanation of this video, it's not the most balanced game, but the players kind of help regulate that themselves, right? And so that's another one of those weird, the joy of the imbalance, right? But yeah, just kind of something I was thinking about. Figured it'd give me a good little something to rant and make a vlog about, cover, looks like about 10 minutes here. So, yeah, just before I get on to just repeating myself, I'm going to kind of call it and try to get after all these things that I need to do before CincyCon. So, really hoping to see some people there that kind of do the, hey, I've seen you starting your thing. I like it, or, I don't like it, or, hey, this is what I think you should or shouldn't do, or whatever have you. Like I've said in one of the other videos, I refuse to take any feedback unless there is a piece of negative feedback. I want at least one piece of negative feedback with any positive feedback. If it's only negative feedback, that's great too. But as much as encouragement is something that we, inherently are biased to, I know that you need to hear the bad. So I'm gonna like peel it out of people if they won't give it to me. If they just give it to me freely, then that's great too, and they can just beat up on me all weekend. But I don't think that's the case. I think this is a kind of got a little something special going on, and I'm just really eager to see how other people in the hobby space feel. So till tomorrow.